We're going to call to order the school board meeting of August 13th at 5:30 p.m. in the St. James Parish School Board office. 1, opening of meeting. Prayer, Sue Byer. Pledge of Allegiance, Tim Detillier. Please stand. Loving and gracious God, you are indeed the giver of all good gifts, and we come together this day to seek your wisdom, guidance, courage, and strength. Be with us in our deliberations and help us to be wise in the decisions we make for the good of all those who have placed their trust and confidence in our leadership. Give us insight to lead with integrity, that our decisions may reflect what is good and what is right. Finally, dear Lord, grant us the humility to always seek your will in all that we do and say. All glory be to you, loving God, now and forever. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. C, roll call. Superintendent Kimball.
Nicole Florent.
Here.
Tim Detillier.
here.
Marty Poche.
Here.
Angela Washington.
Here.
Diana Cantilla.
Here.
Raymond Groh.
Here.
President Bond.
Here. 2, committee meeting reports. Oh, I'll go back to D, discussion and approval of meeting minutes from May 14th, 2024. President Sue Byer. Motion by Raymond Groh, seconded by Nicole Florent. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 2, committee meeting reports. A, Executive Committee Report of August 12, 2024. Chairperson Sue Byer. The St. James Parish School Board Executive Committee met in the school board meeting room on Monday, August 12th at 4:15 p.m. Members present, Sue Byer and Tim Detillier. Members absent, Nicole Florent. The purpose of the meeting was to review the tentative agenda and set the agenda for the August 13th school board meeting. It was motioned by Tim Detillier, seconded by Sue Byer, and unanimously carried to approve the agenda for the August 13th school board meeting. It was motioned to adjourn by Sue Byer, seconded by Tim Detillier, and the meeting was adjourned at 4:40 p.m. B, Building Committee Report of August 13th. Chairperson Marty Poche.
St. James Parish School Board Building Committee meeting met Tuesday, August 13th here at 4:30 p.m. All members were present. Tim Detillier, Marty Poche, and Angela Washington. Discussion and approval with motion by Tim and seconded by Ms. Angela, and unanimous carry to approve to move forward with emergency contacts. Motion by Tim and seconded by Angela, and unanimously carried to approve to move forward with the Mace Chiller replacement project. And a motion by Angela and seconded by Tim to adjourn at 5:05 p.m.
Can I get a motion to accept the minutes of the building committee? Motion by Tim Detillier, seconded by Angela Washington. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Poche. C, Policy Committee Report of August 13th. Chairperson Nicole Florent.
The St. James Parish School Board Policy Committee met in the St. James Parish School Board meeting room on Tuesday, August 13th at 4:15. Members present, Diana Cantilla, Angela Washington, and myself. The purpose was to discuss and approve the following policy items: DJC, which is payroll procedure, JCDAE, electronic telecommunication devices, and JCDA, student identification and referral services, by Kelly Cook and Jarvis Shanklin. It was motioned by Diana Cantilla, seconded by Angela Washington, and unanimously carried to approve the following policy items. The meeting adjourned at 4:22. Motion by Angela Washington, second by Diana Cantilla.
Need a motion to accept the minutes. Marty Poche, seconded by Diana Cantilla. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Florent. 3, recognitions. A, introduction of Sheriff Claude Lewis. Superintendent Kimball.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. As you know, the safety and well-being of our students and staff and community are our top priority. We constantly strive to create an environment where everyone feels secure, supported, and ready to learn. With that in mind, I'm pleased to introduce someone who will be an integral part of our ongoing commitment to safety. Our new Sheriff Claude Lewis Jr. He brings with him a wealth of experience, a deep commitment to community service, and a proactive approach to law enforcement that aligns with our district values. Sheriff Lewis advocates building trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve. We are confident that his leadership will help strengthen our safety initiatives and enhance the positive relationships between our students, staff, and local law enforcement. Sheriff Lewis, we are excited to have you on board and look forward to the collaboration between your departments and our schools. I invite you to say a few words to the board and our community at this time. Sheriff Claude Lewis Jr.
Thank you all. Superintendent,
Yes, sir.
elected school board officials, attorney at hand, I want to thank you for that warm introduction. All those that are here in attendance, myself along with my staff, we stand ready in making our commitment for a safe and secure environment here in St. James Parish for our public school as well as our private school. We look forward to moving forward with you all, getting some ideas from you all, brainstorming some situations. We have a joint venture right now that's getting ready to take place, and we'll be discussing that later today. But that's one of the many steps that I campaigned on, was getting those repeaters for our schools that we were going to take care of so we can have constant radio communication. Once again, I thank you for those warm words. I look forward to the next 4 years and many more to come. So let's do this together, and also information from our public that can also help us go further in what they're looking to achieve as well. Let's go Bulldog, let's go Wildcat. Sure. Oh.
You don't get all that.
Do more than that.
If any board members would like to make a comment to Sheriff Lewis, you can go ahead now. If we start with Marty
Take
Poston.
it, Grant. Grant is already chomping at the bit.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Take care of our kids and our schools.
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you.
God bless you.
I'm praying for you and your officers.
Yes,
But I do see a lot of them passing in Gramercy.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate all what you have done and going to do. Staff behind your support. We'll look forward to working with you guys and making sure we're keeping all of our campuses safe. And appreciate all you do. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you as well for the partnership. It's good to see all the smiling faces with the police officers that you have here and your staff. I know you're gonna do it, you all will do an awesome job. So to God be the glory, let it all continue.
Yep. Welcome, Sheriff Lewis. You know, the world today is so different than it once was, and I appreciate the meeting you had with our district soon after you entered into this position. And Superintendent Kimball shared with us how nice and how well that meeting went and all the different things y'all shared about safety. And we appreciate everything y'all do with our kids, and it's nice to see a big group of good men and women supporting you and working alongside of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sheriff Claude Lewis, classmate. Throw that one in. Congratulations, Claude, and looking forward to working with you and your team. And I'm looking out in the audience to see some of your team members are really affiliated with the school district, with our schools. So I'm looking forward to working with you and your team. Thank you.
Congratulations, good luck. A couple of Saturdays ago when I went, I was trying to keep a low profile.
Oh, to the donuts.
I really appreciate the warm welcome. Yeah, but best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. We're looking forward to working with you and your team. It says a lot when you have so many people that came behind you. That shows that you guys are ready to work together, and we're ready to work together with you guys. I'm excited about this school year. I feel safe already. So, congratulations and good luck.
Good. Same, thank you again. 4, business, finance, and instruction. 8, announcement of intent to call an election. Ashley Muntz.
Notice is hereby given that at its meeting to be held on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. at its regular meeting place, the St. James Parish School Board Meeting Room, 1876 West Main Street, Lutcher, Louisiana. The Parish School Board of the Parish of St. James, State of Louisiana, plans to consider adopting a resolution ordering and calling an election to be held in School District Number 1 of the Parish of St. James, State of Louisiana, to authorize the renewal of ad valorem taxes therein.
Thank you, Ms. Muntz. B, discussion and approval to engage Coder, Slavin and Company, LLC, to perform the fiscal year 2024 audit. This item aligns with priority 3 of the board's strategic action plan. Ashley Muntz.
As you all are aware, state law requires that the board is audited every year, and attached you will find the audit engagement letters for the mandated audit for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2024. Administration is recommending board approval of the engagement letter for the audits that will cover 3 different areas. We have financial statements, internal controls, and compliance with laws and regulations, statewide agreed upon procedures, and agreed upon procedures. All of these engagements will be performed by Coder, Slavin and Company, which this is the 9th year that they're going to be doing our external audit. So we're asking for approval for that tonight.
Can I get a motion? Marty Poche, seconded by Diana Cantillo. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Muntz. C, discussion and approval of resolution authorizing the fiscal year 2024 Louisiana Legislative Auditor Compliance Questionnaire. This item aligns with priority 3 of the board's strategic action plan. Ashley Muntz.
To go along with the audit engagement that we just did, this is an accompanying document that Louisiana Legislative Auditor requires us to do along with the engagement letter. It is the compliance of applicable laws and regulations, so we're asking for approval on this as well to go along with the audit.
Motion by Tim Detillier, seconded by Raymond Grohl. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any questions or comments? D, discussion and approval of certificates of payment. This item aligns with priority 3 of the board's strategic action plan. Ashley Muntz.
We have 2 certificates of payment we're asking for approval for tonight. The first one is for Charles Carter Construction. It is for the Lutcher High School Dog Pound addition and renovations. It's in the amount of $51,776.40, and this is the final payment on this project here. The second one we have is from Murray Architects. It is for the Lutcher High School Gymnasium renovation design cost. It is in the amount of $23,674.25, and we're going along with the design of that project right now.
Can I get a motion by Tim Detillier, seconded by Marty Poche? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any questions or comments for Ms. Muntz? All right, thank you, Ms. Muntz.
Thank you.
E, discussion and approval of certificated and support staff stipend plan. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Kelly Cook and Ashley Muntz.
Good evening, everyone. Before you to ask for approval on the plan which outlines the payment of the one-time state stipend of $2,000 and $1,000 to our employees. You will note that the plan is in line with what the district did last year. We do not expect any of the guidance from the state to change, so we're just using that same plan that we had last year.
Motion by Raymond Grohl, seconded by Angela Washington. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Any questions or comments that y'all would like to make to Ms. Cook or Ms. Muntz?
Just happy for our teachers.
Yeah.
And staff.
Yes.
This is exciting to approve.
It is.
Right.
This is separate from the district one.
Right.
That one, we already approved that plan. So
Yes.
in September, we will have the state stipend, and in October, we'll have the district stipend.
Yes,
Good.
they will be glad to hear that.
Yes.
F, discussion and approval of memorandum of understanding between St. James Parish School Board, St. James Parish Sheriff Office regarding building access. This item aligns with priority 5 of the board's strategic action plan. Kelly Cook.
As our new sheriff alluded to in his speech early in the meeting, this amendment to the current MOU regarding building access is to allow for the installation of the repeaters at St. James and Lutcher High School. This will help make sure that if something does occur, that there is constant communication between law enforcement officials and other response agencies.
Can I get a motion by Nicole Florent, seconded by Raymond Grohl? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Sheriff, would you like to make a comment or talk about this at all with us? Just share a little bit of information to our board?
One of my official acts is always, delegate to oversee.
Thank you.
So I'm Ryan Donovan, I'm Chief of Operations for Sheriff Lewis. Basically what the system does is your buildings are basically like a large Faraday cage, blocks the radio signals from getting in. So what we're basically putting on are repeaters, bidirectional antennas. So there's antennas going to go on the roofs of the building, there's going to be an amp on the inside, and antennas on the inside. So it takes the signal from the outside and pushes it inside. They do have a failover to where the radios do work on Wi-Fi, but a lot of times there's issues with Wi-Fi. Just the other day in the school, we were walking the school grounds, our radios were going dead inside the school. So the BDA prevents that. The Wi-Fi is a failover. So basically what this does is it allows the SROs and other employees to be able to communicate. So if something happens, the SROs in there, they can make communication immediately. Gets the information out, gets the right information out. Pretty simple if you ask, but it also works on multiple agencies. So the bidirectional antennas work on a 700 and 800 frequencies. 800 is the ones that St. John, St. Charles, Ascension, and St. James Sheriff's Office all operate on. Our fire departments operate on that frequency. So fire department members will now work in that building. 700 is what the state uses. So this will also work with the state radio system. So any other agencies throughout the state, all sheriff's office, when they switch to 700 frequency, they come in your building, they'll work. So if we have a large disaster like a hurricane or something like that, and there's a large response needed and personnel from all over the state come here, it'll work for everybody. So it's not just for the sheriff's office. It's for every agency in the state to where it'll work to protect our kids.
Great.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. G, discussion and approval of CEA between St. James Parish School Board and Trinity Bay. This item aligns with priority 5 of the board's strategic action plan. Kelly Cook.
Yes, this CEA is the same that has been before for you for approval. I'm just going to extend that agreement with Trinity Bay. They hope to have their classes starting in January. They are in the process of working with our maintenance team to get the rooms ready, so they'll be able to receive students in January.
Great. Can I get a Raymond Grohl, seconded by Angela Washington? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Ms. Cook.
Madam President, item H can be tabled.
Okay. I, discussion and approval of contract between St. James Parish School Board and Roussel Therapy Services. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Kelly Cook.
Yes, this contract is just for, just filling some gaps for our speech language pathologists. We have 2 who are on maternity leave, so they're going to just provide some filling services until those speech therapists return, and also to provide comp services that the students missed because the therapists were out.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve? Diana Cantilla, seconded by Raymond Grohl. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And I think I still have you for a few more, Ms. Cook. J, discussion and approval of amendment to the 2024-25 salary schedule. This item aligns with priority 5 of the board strategic action plan. Kelly Cook.
This amendment to the salary schedule is in reference to our Head Start teachers. We have several degree Head Start teachers who have enrolled in the teacher prep program. And just in the interest of fairness with our employees, we would like to move them, to give them the option that we do with our regular teachers of grades pre-K through 12, the same opportunity to be paid as a teacher while working towards certification. So this amendment will allow us, the district, to do that.
Can I get a motion by Angela Washington, seconded by Tim Detillier? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Cook. Any questions for Ms. Cook regarding that item?
Thank you.
Thank you. K, discussion and approval of MOU with Nicholls State, LSU, River Parish Community College as dual enrollment partners. This agenda item aligns with priority 1 of the board strategic action plan. Ann
Good
Detillier.
evening. Good evening. So as you know, our dual enrollment program is very robust here in St. James Parish. So this MOU is basically between our 3 partners. We are fortunate enough here in St. James, we have several teachers that are credentialed, but we are not a credentialing agency. We are a K-12 institution. So we need partners such as, and we use LSU, Nicholls, and River Parish Community College. So this MOU covers that. Our face-to-face courses, we're looking at $50 per credit hour, and our virtual is $100 per credit hour, which is really no change from last year. We are using SCA dollars, was used for our dual enrollment.
Okay. Motion by Diana Cantilla, seconded by Angela Washington. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Any questions for Mr. Detillier? I think this is a great service we offer to our students. Thank you for presenting that tonight. L, discussion and approval of a contract with Bailey Educational Group for an aspiring leadership program. This agenda aligns with priority 1 of the board strategic action plan. Ann Detillier.
We're excited about this new program that will be offered, and basically it is to grow our leaders. Okay, so we are growing, nurturing our own leaders within St. James Parish by using the Bailey's Educational Group. We are starting small. This is going to start us with a small cohort, and so we're excited to build that capacity within St. James, and we're using the Title I monies for this particular initiative.
Okay. Motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Tim Detillier. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any questions for Ms. Detillier? I think, I always have something to say, but I think we raise our students with Leader in Me to be leaders, and it's nice to see us investing in our own teachers and staff in our district to help them become leaders too.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam President?
Yes.
If I may, we'll need a motion for items M and N to enter into executive session. Those will be handled in tandem, so they will be HSLI claim number STJX 240-426-46410 and claim 230-825-76510. For the public, if any action will be taken, that will happen when we come back into open session.
Motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Marty Poche to enter into executive session. All right, I need a motion to go back into regular session. Motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Angela Washington. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, Madam President, we need a motion to grant HSLI through legal counsel authority to settle claim number 2404-264-6410.
So moved.
Motion by Marty Poche, seconded by Raymond Grove. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
On item N, we need a motion to grant HSLI through legal counsel to negotiate settlement with the requested amounts on claim number STJX 23082576510.
So moved.
Motion by Marty Poche, seconded by Raymond Grohl. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. O, receive information pursuant to St. James Parish School Board Policy GAE, complaints and grievances. Step 4, student DG, Lutcher High School. Superintendent Kimball and Mike Calabro.
Okay, as part of this proceeding, just want to review a couple things for the board as well as the public. Mr. Gant is here and the advocate, Ms. Rhoda Johnson. This particular proceeding will be held in accordance with St. James Parish School Board Policy GAE, which involves complaints and grievances, step 4 of that policy. Upon request, this agenda item may be held in executive session in accordance with Louisiana Revised Statute 42:17A7. I did speak with Mr. Gant prior to commencement, and he asked that this matter be held in open session. So we just want to confirm that this will be held in an open session. At this grievance proceeding to the school board, no evidence will be taken and no witnesses will be examined. The school board will receive information from the grievant and review the findings of the superintendent in relation to this matter. The way that we're going to begin in phase 2 of this particular process is allowing the participants to speak first. So how we set that up is that Mr. Gant will speak for up to 5 minutes, and his advocate, Ms. Rhoda Johnson, will speak up to 5 minutes. We had spoken about please refraining from using employee names as there are privacy issues as it relates to these particular individuals. If any member of the board or the individual speaking do reference an employee name, I will have to stop the proceeding and we will have to deal with it accordingly. And also in accordance with the policy, just to be clear, the school board's oversight shall be limited to the specific issues raised in the original grievance. The parties in interest will not be allowed to expand the issues during the grievance procedure, except to the extent necessary to respond to administrative decisions made along the way. Of course, I will try to keep this as organized as possible as we proceed, and I will try not to interrupt. We just need to be as concise as possible. After the grievance have the ability to speak, the superintendent will also have the opportunity to present findings, and then the board can ask questions as they deem fit and or appropriate. Does anybody have any questions prior to us beginning?
No, sir.
Any questions from the advocate or the grievant?
No, thank you,
Okay.
Mike.
Whoever wants to begin can get started. And we know that this is a difficult process, so please take your time, and we're going to try to help you out along the way.
Thank you.
The 5 minutes to speak. We need to.
Good evening, President Byer, Vice President Florent Charles, school board members, superintendent, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you disheartened with a heavy heart, strong soul, but great faith, addressing you 7 school board members with legitimate concerns revolving around Dante Gant. Who is Dante Gant? He is a former 2024 graduate student from Lutcher High School, diagnosed with Down syndrome, nonverbal, free-spirit young man, gentle, loved by many, ignored by some, a son, brother, uncle, and friend. June 24, 2024, no evidence of criminal activity was determined. Because the Sheriff's Department deemed no criminal activity was determined, that doesn't mean abuse was not inflicted upon Dante. He is not speaking harshly to a child a degree of verbal abuse. Belittling a child is emotional abuse. Pushing or putting hands on a child is physical abuse. and the intentional attempts to frighten, control, or isolate a child is emotional abuse. The videos, the points and facts. Was that the first time videos had been requested by parents or anyone? Why were videos installed in that classroom? Are there any other videos within classrooms of any school in the district? Are the videos recording throughout every school day? Are these videos preserved or destroyed at any time? The St. James Parish School District has a history of proven abuse and neglect targeting Black students, with certain aim to SPED students. Within the last several school terms, these vulnerable Black students have been attacked unreasonably by some faculty and staff within St. James Parish Public School System. Why? Why? And this unjustified abuse continues, for the reality is that some of you board members are allowing it to continue, or should I say using smoke and mirrors to hide the truth. These students for months have been physically, emotionally, mentally, verbally, and socially abused by some predators employed within this district. Can you please stop and act for the students to come to school with them knowing I matter? The focus and genuine concern of you board members should be on fixing these unfortunate allegations and ordeals for these children. Each one of you have the authority, power, and duty to make these wrongs into rights, with no favoritism towards a child or family because of their abilities, disabilities, color of their skin, educational status, and the role they assume at any school. Let's leave politics out of our children's advancements to become productive adults in today's society. Integrity and pride is what we need and want. Question: are these employees certified? Certified means holding appropriate documentation and officially on record as qualified to perform a specified function or practice a special skill, having the necessary training and qualification. Most schools hire only certified teachers. And if they are not, why? Are innocent, vulnerable Black students supposed to be mistreated and mishandled for the lack of a district choosing employees over a quality education for all students? There are no redos. Start today, Tuesday, August 13, 2024, to begin the healing process, keeping students first. You board members are their guardians to ensure they are safe and protected when they are under your care within the school district. Let the targeting of Black students cease today, and let them be evaluated on the same criteria as any other student. There is no place in this district for favoritism. You wash my back, I wash yours. Turning a deaf ear to truths and facts. Pushing negative altercations under the rug. Practicing the phrase, you're Black, so step back. I owe you a favor, and I won't tell if you don't. As I take my seat again, I implore you, 7 board members, hear the cries of the students that are unfairly being treated, and no accountability to the guilty parties being adhered to. For every action, there should be a reaction. No parent wants to see nor have their precious child or children abused in any way, especially our Black children, using their skin color, gender, abilities, disabilities, and ancestors' legacy should not be acceptable or tolerated. Now today, none of you can say, I didn't know, for the legitimate facts and documents have been presented, and you will receive them also. Open up your hearts, minds, and conscience to realize how many videos are there. for the possibility of these videos being altered, edited, deleted, and or intentionally destroyed is warned. Can you please come to a unified consensus, and if not for each other, for the children that you took an oath to protect and provide for? Be the difference of a better tomorrow starting today. Any additional documents provided upon request, may God to continue to bless us all, and I want you to remember, you 7 board members are the employer, not the employee. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all giving me this opportunity to address you. I remain Rhoda Phillips Johnson.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for your words. I would like the record to reflect that Ms. Johnson was granted more time and was not interrupted during her presentation. Mr. Gann, you can begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening, I stand before you to present our grievances against Superintendent of the school system regarding the abuse and neglect of our son, Dante. At the beginning of January in 2024, we were notified by Mrs. K that our son, Dante, refused to enter his assigned classroom. We were informed that Dante attempted to enter other classrooms. We were advised at the beginning that Dante, rather than allowing himself to ride the bus immediately, we complied with the request made by the staff at Letcher High School. But we remained frustrated by the constant reports about Dante's refusal to go to his assigned classroom. Rather, Dante chose to go to other classrooms in parts of the school. At this point, we needed to understand what was happening and requested to review the videos. We were informed by Mrs. SB to put our request in writing to review the videos. Below our actions, we look to inform the respective personnel of the grievance. On March 6th of this year, at this meeting, we delivered a typed letter that was dated March 4th, 2024 to the St. James Parish School Board with our request to review the videos. This letter was received by Ms. SB. On March 18th, 2024, we sent a written request. We were sent a written request denying our request to review the videos. Although we stated clearly in the letter, we're trying to determine if something is occurring in the classroom as neglect or abuse, which could be the cause of the situation, change. Dante is a child that always wanted to go to school, but now he begins to cry and break down when school is even mentioned. On March 24th, we sent an appeal letter to the superintendent to provide more details about the case of abuse and neglect toward our son. Nonetheless, we made it known that we wanted to view video footage from February 8th, February 26th, and March 1st. Please note that they failed to respond to our appeal, although our letter was addressed to the superintendent. On April 9th, we sent a notice, Ms. B sent a notice overturning her previous decision, stating the report contained an allegation of an incident, suspected neglect as defined by the Louisiana Children's Code and school board procedure. Although our allegation from the first letter was the same as in the second, Ms. B mentioned the video recordings would be available on April 15th. She noted that video footage from February 8th and 26th would not be available. On April 12th, we sent another letter saying that the IT department would take approximately 12 days to prepare the video to be in compliance with federal and state law, and that the meeting needs to be rescheduled. On May 1st, Ms. B wrote to inform us that we could view the videos from Monday, May 6th through Thursday, May 9th. The Gants were interested in March 18th because a teacher alleged that our son had hurt our wrist. We wanted to understand what made him so aggressive. This is behavior we had never seen. On May 6th, we viewed our first video footage of February 28th along with school board personnel. We observed a resource officer escorting Dante to the classroom. He was left in the classroom unattended. We observed when staff members arrived, none of them greeted my son. In addition, we heard the teachers were berating my wife and me. On May 7th, I viewed the remaining video footage of February 28th along with another school board employee. This video showed my son being ignored by the teachers who cruelly spoke to him and restricted his movement by telling him to sit down and shut up and you better not move. And the teachers' aides and aides in the classroom simply laughed at him. Even more insulting happened when we heard the teachers on the video berating me and my wife. On May 8th, we saw a video on March 7th. On that day, we were present at Lucky High School and we witnessed Dante hiding in the dark classroom, refusing to go to the classroom. On the video, we could hear our son say, "Ouch." And Mrs. O responded by saying, "I don't know why you saying ouch. Nobody hurting you, you hurting us." On May 9th, we continued to see video footage of March 7th and saw the video of March 18th along with central office employees. On March 7th video, we observed that Mrs. L did not work with our son at all, but Mrs. L falsified documents stating that she worked with him when she did not. In fact, Dante came home and rushed to the bathroom. His clothes were soiled. However, the most disturbing video was on March 18th. Our son was coming home wet, soiled on a regular basis. This is our legitimate evidence that we have always complied to present any request warranted by the superintendent and other directors. We have always been transparent to a legitimate solution to rectify our son's Dante situation. On Monday, July 8th, after an executive committee meeting, we met with school board employees, and the school board attorney asked my wife, "What do you want? What do y'all want? What do y'all want?" She didn't answer him, but I'm going to answer him right now. I'm going to tell you what we want. We want advanced and proper training of any employee to enhance the treatment and quality education of SPED students and all students within St. James Parish School Education District. Immediate termination of any employee that was involved in the abuse, neglect of our son Dante, and accountability to be adhered to. Number 3, immediate resignation and or termination of the superintendent. We also want to acknowledge another thing about that sham investigation that the sheriff department did. It was a sham.
It was a shame.
The sheriff department is directly involved in our problem. School board problem, sheriff department problem. It's a coordinated effort to harm my family. Right now, my wife cries at night. My son is skittish. My son is injured. He got injured that morning on March 18th. We believe he was tased at this school. We believe that. He's got the marks on his leg to prove it. He was tased at this school. That's beyond the pale. This shouldn't happen to any kid, but it's been happening to black kids too long. It needs to stop.
Thank you, Mr. Gant. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Gant or Ms. Johnson or Mrs. Gant?
Any questions?
I have a question. So in your statements, you said that you all looked at various tapes, videos of your son in different situations.
Yeah, we saw 3 dates. We saw February 28th, March 7th, and May 18th. And May 18th was the disturbing video. We saw teachers and aides actually lift him off his feet and slam him into the chair. The sheriff department said they placed him in the chair. Who's lying? I mean, somebody's lying. If we're lying, bring out the video. But the videos have been destroyed. We got a letter saying the videos were destroyed. Innocent people don't destroy evidence. They don't. Just think about it. Innocent people do not destroy evidence. And that's what happened. Evidence got destroyed.
I'm sorry that it happened.
You can prove if you're innocent. Let's show the video. But you can't do that. Innocent people do not destroy evidence.
Excuse me, Mr. Gant, it's March 18th, you said May 18th, I want to make that correction.
Yeah, it's March 18th.
Anybody have any other questions?
I just have a comment. I appreciate you guys coming here and talking to us and letting us hear your story. I know that must have been very difficult to even talk about.
It still is.
And I mean, I'm sorry that, we're in this situation and this is, happening with you guys. And rest assured, I mean, if there's anything, that needs to be taken care of, I believe, that the sheriff's department, the school board, I think that they will take care of it.
Well, we've been under the desegregation order since 1965. And this is 2024 and we're still under the order? Why?
Excuse me, Miss Charles, you don't mind if I join in? I just want to say, yes, it could be a collaboration, but the only way it's going to be an honest collaboration if everybody see the same video. Would you think these parents would be here today if they did not see this child being abused? That we wouldn't be standing here today. They know what they saw. There are two competent adults, and they know what they saw on that video that day. Now, what the sheriff department saw, I can't tell you because I have never seen any video. Thank you.
And just to let y'all know, we didn't see any videos as well. I did not view any videos.
Should have showed the school board members.
If I may, just as a segue on that particular comment, the superintendent in his findings will review some items relative to policy as it relates to the recordings. I will state for the record that there was no destruction of evidence within policy. Certain time changes with the videos basically times out the recordation. So it was basically a timetable of when the request was made versus when the videos were actually able to be viewed in person. As it relates to revised statute, and I want the board to be clear on this, recordings made pursuant to this section shall be confidential and shall not be public record. However, a recording may be viewed by the superintendent or his designee, the parent or legal guardian of a recorded student, or by law enforcement officials as provided in the policies required by this paragraph. I just want it to be clear for those in the gallery, for those watching, for those that are sitting on this board, that as it relates to these recordings, we must and we shall adhere to the law. That's going to be my statement on that. I'm going to open this up. If you don't have any other further questions relative to the grievant, I'm going to open this up to the findings for the superintendent.
Thank you. Respectfully, I detail my findings below. March 1st, 2024, Director of Special Education received an email from a teacher at Letcher High School stating that Mr. Gant inquired about access of video footage. This director directed the teacher to inform the principal at Letcher High School of this request. As documented in J Campus, teacher contacted Mr. Gant to inform him of the proper procedures for requesting the review of the video footage. On March 6, 2024, a parent-teacher conference was held to discuss the parental concerns. As documented on the signed parental conference form, the purpose of this meeting was to address the parents' concerns regarding the students' behaviors and refusal to attend the class. On March 7th, the director received a written request from the Gants dated March 4th, 2024, requesting permission to view video footage. The director informed Ms. Gant that the request should be completed per district policy, and the request should be as specific as possible. This director then made available a copy of the incident request form to the Gant so they could submit the request to view the video footage. On March 13, 2024, the director received an incident report and request to view the video footage. The incident report alleged neglect of a student by a district employee and reported the date and the time of the alleged incident as January 8th through present. So that was on March 13th. So January 8th through March 13th. March 14th, 2024, director interviewed the staff, faculty, including principals, current teachers, any substitute teachers, and paraprofessionals. The interviews did not reveal any physical or neglect abuse to the student by any adult or other student. However, they did reveal the need to put the student on a restroom schedule, which they did. This director hand-delivered a written response to the Gants on March 18th regarding the March 4th request of the video footage, noting that the request did not contain any allegation of the incident, actionable allegation of the incident as defined by the St. James Parish School Board's camera in special education classroom setting procedures. The request could not be granted. The letter also advised that should the grants have additional specific information regarding the incident that occurred, they should put that information in writing. The letter also informed the Gants that a restroom schedule had been established for the student. In addition, the director asked about the student having any type of issues with wet or soiled clothing, and the Gant stated that he never came home with any soiled or wet clothing at that time. Soiled clothing had never been reported. They had a parent conference on 3/6, IEP meeting on 4/22, and also on 3/18. It was never reported. March 26, 2024, the Gant submitted a request to view footage for the following dates: 2/8/2024, 2/26/2024, 2/28/2024, 3/1/2024, 3/7/2024, 3/19/2024, and 3/20/24. On March 27, 2024, the director notified the technology department of the request to view the footage so that the video footage could be archived. Director also confirmed receipt of the request from the Gants. On March 28th, the director of technology responded to the email of March 27 and advised that the video footage for February 8th, 2024 and February 26th could not be archived, as video footage is only saved for 30 days as per full accordance with the St. James Parish School Board policy and state law. He said that he would share the link of the video footage once it had been archived. On April 9th, 2024, the director notified the Gants in writing of the dates the requested video footage would be available for viewing and advised the footage for February 8th and 26th was unavailable due to the fact that it was past the 30 days. The Easter break holiday and trial delayed this response. But on April 11th, 2024, the director contacted the Gants to advise that because the process used to prepare the videos was taking longer than expected, the video footage would not be available on April 15th, that she would notify the Gants as soon as possible to reschedule the viewing. On April 12th, the director provided a letter documenting that given the limitations of the software used to adequately protect the FERPA rights and identity of other students in the classroom, it would take approximately 12 working days for the IT department to prepare the footage for review. That the Gants would be notified at least when 8 hours of video footage was ready to view. The letter also documents that since the Gants decided to keep the student home and to reschedule IEP meeting, initially scheduled for the 15th to April 22nd, the district would continue to send work home for the student to complete. The letter also documents that credit would be given for all work turned in on time. On April 22nd, 2024, IEP meeting was held. After the meeting, the director sent a prior notice of proposed refused action to the guardians. May 1st, 2024, director sends a letter to Gants notifying them that the requested video footage would be available to view beginning the week of May 6th and includes a schedule for viewing it. May 1st, student's sister contacted director by email stating that March 18th, 2024 was accidentally omitted from the request and that the Gants would like to view that video footage as well. At the time of this request, May 1st, the footage for March 18th had already been filmed over and is only saved for 30 days as per the St. James Board policy. However, approximately the 15 minutes of video footage from March 18th was archived at the request of the director. The request was made in response to Letcher High School notifying the director of the in-class incident. May 6th through May 9th, the Gants viewed the requested video footage. May 14th, the district received notice from the Sheriff's Department, the office, that it was investigating a report from the Gants that the student had been abused while attending Letcher High School. A request was made for the district to turn over copies of all videos viewed by the Gants. May 16th, the Sheriff's Office received a copy of all requested videos in full accordance with the St. James Parish School Board policy and Louisiana Revised Statute. May 20th, the Gants requested a copy of the video footage. In writing, the district notified the Gants that the request was denied in accordance with the St. James Parish School Board's Camera and Special Education classroom setting procedures. The written response to the Gants included a copy of this document in regards to not being allowed to receive this recording per policy and state law. June 24, 2024, the Sheriff's Office, under the direction of then Sheriff Willie Martin, notified the district that after fully investigating the matter, which included viewing all videos turned over by the district, that no evidence of criminal activity, including abuse, neglect, or any other criminal activity was found, and on that matter had been closed. On July 15th, a new sheriff administration took over, now under the direction of St. James Parish Sheriff Claude Lewis. The Gants renewed their report of abuse. Again, the district was notified that the matter would be thoroughly investigated. On July 23rd, 2024, the St. James Parish Sheriff's Office, now under the direction of Sheriff Claude Lewis, notified the district verbally and in writing that after through a thorough investigation into the matter, with video review, direct interviews, and etc., the conclusion was reached that there was no evidence of criminal activity, including abuse, neglect, or any other criminal activity, and that matter had been closed. They sent a letter to the fact stating that, and it says the letters inform you that this investigation has been completed. After reviewing all available video footage and speaking to all parties, the allegations included in this complaint do not contain criminal activity. Therefore, the investigation will be suspended at that time pending discovery of new or additional information. So based upon all my review of all relevant documentation, the interviews with relevant staff members, and documentation of the video footage in question, that all parties, parents, Sheriff's Office, and district personnel viewed, I conclude that the Gants allegations are not accurate, unsubstantiated. More specifically, the district investigated and found that this student was not abused or neglected while attending Letcher High School. It also notes that the allegations that were made in the local media and repeatedly slammed into a desk is just unfounded. The district, via interviews of staff and viewing of the videos that were shown to the Gants and law enforcement, also did not find any substantiated evidence to these allegations. We are not able to release the videos as per revised statute 17:1948. We are not able to do it. It is against the law to do that. In addition, audio video recordings under Louisiana law and these procedures are not public records and therefore not subject to public records requests. An individual may not just view these recordings. The opportunity to access the video recordings by the parents under the limited circumstances described herein does not equate the opportunity to obtain a copy of the videos. That is directly straight from policy. prohibition on copying. Again, revised statute 17-1948 says, recordings made pursuant to this section shall be confidential and shall not be public record. However, the recording may be viewed by the superintendent or his designee, the parent or legal guardian of the recorded student, or by law enforcement officials, as provided in the policies. At all times, this administrative staff, myself, my administrative team, have followed all policies and followed all laws, and we will continue to do so and will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Do any of the board members have questions for the superintendent or myself? Okay. Just so we're clear, the point of this proceeding was to receive information. We will take this information under advisement. We will review the matter with myself through my office as general counsel, as well as outside legal counsel to see if there's any further actions that need to be taken, and that we will communicate accordingly with outside parties when and if necessary. If nothing else, if there's nothing else further, you can proceed with adjournment of this proceeding.
5, closing of meeting. A, condolences. Aubrey St. Pierre, retired maintenance technician. Charles Chuck Dennis III, son of Mika Dennis, assistant principal at St. James High School. Wayne Prian, father of Lanicia Raymond, principal at Gramercy Elementary. Douglas Frank English, father of Leo English, maintenance supervisor. Terry Lynn LeBlanc, wife of Ricky LeBlanc, retired technology specialist. And Jane Gravois, retired teacher. B, can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? Motion by Raymond Grove, seconded by Tim Detillier to adjourn this meeting at 6:42 p.m.